Attention, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Imagine holding a piece of American history smaller than your thumb, but worth a fortune. Today, we're counting down the top 5 rarest and most valuable wheat pennies, each one packed with history, collectible intrigue, and stories that will blow your mind. Let's dive in. 1951 Wheat Penny 1-cent coin. The 1951 Wheat Penny is a remarkable example of mid-20th century American coinage. Minted during a post-World War II era, it represents a time when the United States was experiencing economic growth, suburban expansion, and a booming interest in coin collecting. The 1-cent coin, with its iconic wheat ears on the reverse, was a staple in American currency circulation from 1909 to 1958, and the 1951 issue is particularly prized by collectors for its combination of historical context, design finesse, and relative scarcity in higher grades. The obverse of the 1951 Wheat Penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. This design was notable for being the first widely circulated U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than allegorical figures. Lincoln's profile, with its finely detailed hair and facial contours, is a symbol of stability and leadership. Around the periphery, the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1951 anchor the design firmly in American numismatic tradition. Subtle variations in the strike, such as the sharpness of Lincoln's cheek or the prominence of his jawline, can significantly affect collector value. On the reverse, the wheat ears flank the 1-cent denomination and the inscription "United States of America." The design is elegant in its simplicity, balancing the classical elements of the wheat motif with the clean typography of the text. The reverse design is often examined by collectors for die cracks, doubling, or other mint errors, which can elevate a common penny into a high-value collectible. In terms of mintage, the 1951 Wheat Penny had an extensive output. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 682 million coins, while the Denver Mint struck over 270 million, and San Francisco added 180 million. Despite these large numbers, coins in uncirculated condition are surprisingly scarce today because many pennies were used heavily in everyday commerce and not preserved by collectors. This scarcity in high-grade specimens is one reason why the 1951 Wheat Penny commands respect in numismatic circles. Market value for the 1951 Wheat Penny varies widely depending on condition, mint mark, and error status. Circulated coins in average condition might fetch just a few cents to $1, while those in extremely fine condition can reach $10 to $20. Uncirculated coins, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, can sell for $50 to $100 or more. Key collectors often seek coins with full, well-centered strikes and original luster. Certain varieties, such as coins with double die obverse or reverse errors, are particularly sought after and can sell for several $100s at auction. Collectors are drawn to the 1951 Wheat Penny not only for its monetary value, but also for its historical significance. It represents a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning toward modern coinage production methods and highlights the artistry of early 20th century coin design. For beginners, this coin offers an accessible entry point into wheat penny collecting, while advanced collectors appreciate the nuances in minting, die variations, and preservation challenges. Errors and varieties in the 1951 Wheat Penny include double die obverse coins, where the date or lettering appears doubled due to a misalignment in the die preparation. These errors are rare but highly collectible. Another notable error is off-center strikes, which create a visually striking coin with partial design impressions. Coins exhibiting these anomalies are particularly valuable and often become the centerpiece of a collection. In short, the 1951 Wheat Penny 1-cent coin is a treasure of American numismatics. Its combination of historical significance, elegant design, widespread use, and scarcity in high-grade condition make it a must-have for collectors. From humble circulated pieces to rare error coins, the 1951 Wheat Penny tells a story of mid-century America, of the artistry of coin minting, and the enduring appeal of Lincoln's likeness. 1952 D Wheat Penny 1-cent coin. The 1952 D. Wheat penny is another standout in the long-running series of 1-cent coins featuring the wheat reverse design. Minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark below the date. This penny is notable for both its historical context and the collector interest it has garnered over the decades. The early 1950s were a period of post-war prosperity and industrial growth in the United States. Coins like the 1952 D. Wheat penny circulated widely in commerce, which makes well-preserved example. Increasingly rare today. The obverse of the 1952 D features the classic Lincoln portrait, meticulously sculpted by Victor David Brenner. The design captures Lincoln's thoughtful expression, detailed hair, and prominent cheekbones. Key areas such as the lettering of Liberty, the date, and the motto "In God We Trust" are closely examined by collectors for signs of doubling, weak strikes, or other anomalies. The quality of the strike can significantly influence the coin's value, with sharply struck examples commanding premium prices. The reverse retains the iconic wheat ear design, symbolic of the nation's agricultural heritage. The denomination 1 cent is framed by the wheat ears, while United States of America arches across the top. Many 1952 D pennies are scrutinized for die cracks, die doubling, and other production errors, which can elevate a seemingly common coin into a sought-after rarity. The alignment, depth of relief, and preservation of detail on the wheat stalks are all factors collectors consider when assessing quality. Mintage figures for the 1952 D. Wheat penny indicate that approximately 405 million coins were produced, making it less common than some Philadelphia or San Francisco issues of the same year. However, like other wheat pennies, circulation and wear mean that high-grade examples are harder to find. Coins in circulated condition are abundant, but those with mint luster or uncirculated surfaces are considered rare and valuable. Market value varies widely. Circulated 1952 D. Wheat pennies are often worth a few cents to $1, while coins in extremely fine condition might fetch $5 to $15. Uncirculated coins can range from $30 to over $100, depending on grade and visual appeal. Coins with notable errors, such as doubled die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can command several $100s, particularly among advanced collectors seeking unique pieces. Collector interest in the 1952 D. Wheat penny is high due to several factors. First, its Denver origin differentiates it from Philadelphia and San Francisco issues. Second, subtle variations in the minting process, like die polish lines, planchet imperfections, or slight differences in strike, provide endless fascination for serious numismatists. Third, it represents a transitional period in U.S. coinage, bridging the gap between earlier, heavily circulated pennies and the more pristine, post-1950s collector coins. Errors and varieties in the 1952 D. Wheat penny are relatively rare but highly prized. Doubled die coins, where letters or numbers appear duplicated due to die misalignment, are particularly sought after. Off-center strikes or clipped planchets create visually interesting and unique coins that attract top dollar. Even minor variations, such as repunched mint marks or die cracks, are studied extensively by collectors and can elevate a coin's rarity and value. For both beginners and advanced collectors, the 1952 D. Wheat penny offers a blend of accessibility and intrigue. Lower-grade coins are easy to acquire, making it a friendly entry point into wheat penny collecting. At the same time, high-grade specimens, rare errors, and visually stunning coins provide a challenge for experienced numismatists, creating excitement and competition in the collector market. Ultimately, the 1952 D. Wheat penny 1-cent coin is more than just a piece of copper. It is a piece of history, a tangible artifact of post-war America, and a testament to the artistry of early 20th century coin design. Whether you're seeking a starting point for your wheat penny collection or aiming to add a rare Denver Mint coin to your portfolio, the 1952 D is a must-consider coin with enduring appeal and lasting value. 1952 S. Wheat penny 1-cent coin. The 1952 S. Wheat penny is a fascinating piece in the history of U.S. coinage, struck at the San Francisco Mint, as denoted by the small S mint mark beneath the date. This coin emerged during a period of post-war economic stability in the United States, when the demand for everyday currency was high, but coin collecting as a hobby was also gaining significant momentum. The 1952 S is particularly interesting to collectors because of its smaller mintage compared to Philadelphia and Denver issues, making high-quality examples more desirable. The obverse features the familiar Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner, which had been in circulation since 1909. Lincoln's profile, with finely detailed hair and facial features, continues to symbolize strength and leadership. Collectors pay particular attention to the sharpness of the strike, the clarity of the date, and the integrity of the "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" inscriptions. Subtle differences, such as the prominence of Lincoln's cheekbone or the depth of the lettering, can influence a coin's grading and value significantly. On the reverse, the design maintains the iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent, with United States of America inscribed above. The wheat ears are often inspected for die cracks, polish lines, or die doubling, all of which can make an otherwise ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. The S mint mark, located just below the date on the obverse, is a crucial element for identification, as it distinguishes this penny from its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. Mintage figures for the 1952 S Wheat Penny were relatively modest compared to other 1952 issues. Approximately 94 million coins were struck, which is significantly lower than the 405 million Denver minted coins of the same year. Because of this smaller mintage, and the fact that many coins entered general circulation and suffered wear over time, uncirculated examples are considered rare and highly prized by collectors. Market value for the 1952 S Wheat Penny depends heavily on condition and rarity. Circulated coins typically range from 10 to 50 cents, making them accessible for most collectors. Coins in extremely fine condition can fetch $5 to $20. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, can sell for $50 to $150, depending on visual appeal and luster. Coins with errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, can fetch several $100s at auction, reflecting their scarcity and collector interest. Errors and varieties add a layer of intrigue to the 1952 S Wheat Penny. Doubled die obverse, where the date or lettering appears doubled, are particularly valuable. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks create coins that are both unique and highly collectible. Even minor variations, such as subtle shifts in the mint mark or irregularities in the wheat ear design, are studied closely by advanced numismatists. Collector interest in the 1952 S Wheat Penny is high because it represents the San Francisco Mint's contributions during a transitional era in U.S. coinage. Its smaller mintage and the challenges of finding high-grade specimens make it a prized addition to any wheat penny collection. For beginners, the coin is a tangible piece of history that is still relatively affordable in lower grades, while advanced collectors value the rarer uncirculated coins and notable error varieties. In essence, the 1952 S Wheat Penny 1 cent coin is more than just small copper change. It's a slice of mid-century America, an artifact of craftsmanship, and a sought-after collectible. Its history, artistry, and relative rarity make it a must-have for collectors aiming to build a complete and valuable wheat penny set. 1955 Wheat Penny 1 cent coin. The 1955 wheat penny is arguably one of the most famous and instantly recognizable wheat pennies among collectors, primarily due to the legendary 1955 double die error. Minted in Philadelphia, where no mint mark appears, this penny carries immense historical and numismatic significance. The mid-1950s was a period of strong economic growth and modernization in the U.S., and the 1955 wheat penny reflects both the stability of the era and the artistry of the Lincoln design. On the obverse, the 1955 penny features the standard Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner. Collectors often examine the sharpness of Lincoln's facial features, the detail in his hair, and the integrity of the inscriptions, "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date. What makes the 1955 penny especially famous is the doubled die variety, where the date and lettering appear noticeably doubled. This error occurred during the die preparation process and is one of the most sought-after and valuable error coins in American numismatics. The reverse retains the wheat ear design, a hallmark of the series from 1909 to 1958. The design is simple yet elegant, framing the denomination 1 cent and the inscription United States of America. While not as historically dramatic as the double die obverse, the reverse can also exhibit die cracks, repunched mint marks, or other anomalies that increase collector value. Mintage numbers for 1955 are substantial. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 660 million pennies, while the Denver Mint struck roughly 279 million. However, the vast majority of these coins circulated extensively, meaning that well-preserved specimens are relatively rare. This is particularly true for the famous double die variety, which is considered one of the crown jewels of American-era coins. Market value varies dramatically depending on condition and whether the coin is a double die variety. Common circulated 1955 pennies can be found for as little as 5 to 25 cents, while uncirculated coins without errors range from $10 to $50. The 1955 double die penny, however, can sell for thousands of dollars depending on grade, with high-grade examples sometimes exceeding $50,000 in auction settings. Other minor errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, also add value, but typically command far less than the double die specimens. Collector interest in the 1955 wheat penny is intense, particularly among error coin enthusiasts. The 1955 double die penny has been widely publicized and is considered a must-have for serious collectors of U.S. coins. Even ordinary 1955 pennies in excellent condition are sought after for their aesthetic appeal and the opportunity they provide to complete a mid-century wheat penny collection. Errors and varieties in the 1955 wheat penny extend beyond the famous double die. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks all contribute to the coin's collectible potential. However, none of these anomalies have achieved the same fame or value as the double die, which remains a centerpiece of error coin lore. Collectors often search for subtle differences in die alignment and doubling on the date and lettering, making the 1955 penny a thrilling coin to study and acquire. In short, the 1955 wheat penny 1 cent coin is not just a piece of copper. It's a legend in the world of numismatics. From the ordinary circulated examples to the rare and valuable double die coins, it represents history, artistry, and the excitement of discovery for collectors. Owning a 1955 penny, whether for its beauty, rarity, or historical significance, is a tangible connection to mid-century America and the enduring legacy of Lincoln on U.S. coinage. 1957 D Wheat Penny 1 cent coin. The 1957 D Wheat Penny is a fascinating and historically significant coin in the Wheat Penny series, struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark below the date. By 1957, the United States was experiencing post-war economic prosperity, suburban expansion, and the early stages of the baby boom generation's influence on consumer culture. The 1 cent coin, small in denomination but large in circulation, played a critical role in everyday commerce, while also gaining recognition among collectors who were beginning to treat coins as historical artifacts rather than mere currency. The obverse of the 1957 D Wheat Penny features the timeless Lincoln portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had been in continuous use for nearly 5 decades at this point. Lincoln's profile conveys a sense of dignity and resolve, with finely detailed hair, a prominent cheekbone, and a stern yet thoughtful expression. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1957, to the right anchor the design and are carefully examined by collectors for signs of wear, doubling, or striking anomalies. Sharpness of the strike, the presence of full details on Lincoln's jawline, and the clarity of the lettering are all factors that influence a coin's grade and market value. The reverse design maintains the iconic wheat ears flanking the central denomination 1 cent, with United States of America arched above. The wheat design, simple yet elegant, symbolizes America's agricultural heritage and has become one of the most beloved motifs in U.S. coinage. Collectors often study the details of the wheat stalks for die cracks, polishing lines, or subtle doubling, as these minor anomalies can significantly increase a coin's value. The Denver Mint mark, small but crucial, distinguishes this coin from Philadelphia and San Francisco issues of the same year. Mintage numbers for the 1957 Wheat penny were substantial, with approximately 609 million coins produced. While this is a large number, the majority of these pennies circulated extensively, resulting in heavy wear over time. As a result, coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition are increasingly difficult to find, making them highly prized by collectors. The combination of relatively high mintage but low survival of pristine examples adds to the coin's collectible appeal. Market value for the 1957 Wheat penny varies depending on condition. Circulated coins in average condition generally sell for 10 to 50 cents, making them affordable for most collectors. Coins in extremely fine condition can range from $2 to $15, while uncirculated examples, particularly those graded MS63 or higher, can command $30 to $80 or more. Coins exhibiting notable errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, are especially sought after and may sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Errors and varieties in the 1957 Wheat penny are less dramatic than some of the earlier famous errors like the 1955 double die, but they remain highly collectible. Double die obverse coins, where the date or lettering appears doubled due to misalignment during die preparation, are particularly valued. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and minor die cracks also add to the coin's numismatic interest. Even subtle variations in strike quality or the depth of the wheat ears can elevate a coin's desirability among collectors who appreciate the finer details of minting. Collector interest in the 1957 Wheat penny is strong for several reasons. First, it represents one of the later issues in the Wheat Penny series, which was discontinued in 1958 in favor of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. This means that the 1957 is part of the final chapter of an iconic design era. Second, the coin offers accessibility to both beginner and advanced collectors. Lower-grade coins are inexpensive and easy to acquire, while uncirculated examples and error coins provide a challenge for more experienced numismatists. Finally, its Denver origin adds variety to a collection, allowing enthusiasts to complete mint-specific sets. Historically, the 1957 Wheat penny reflects mid-century America. It was minted during a period of industrial growth, social optimism, and evolving consumer culture. The coin circulated widely, used in everything from vending machines to everyday purchases, and now serves as a tangible link to that era. Collectors value it not only for its monetary worth, but also for the story it tells about American history, craftsmanship, and the enduring appeal of Lincoln's portrait. In conclusion, the 1957 Wheat penny 1-cent coin is a must-have for wheat penny collectors. Its combination of historical significance, classic design, accessibility in lower grades, and scarcity in higher grades make it an ideal coin to complete a mid-20th century collection. Whether sought as a piece of history, a collectible investment, or an example of fine mint craftsmanship, the 1957 stands as a fitting capstone to the wheat penny era, representing the final years of one of America's most iconic coin designs. And there you have it, the top 5 rarest and most valuable wheat pennies. From the historic 1951 penny to the legendary 1955 double die, each of these coins tells a story of American history, artistry, and collectible intrigue. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, these wheat pennies are more than coins. They're pieces of history you can hold in your hand. Which of these rare pennies would you love to add to your collection? Comment below and let us know your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coin guides and numismatic treasures. Happy collecting!